Interestingly enough, both teams have probably got a lot of similar sort of decisions to make going into the first Ashes test, haven't they? There's conjecture around the Australian openers, but there'll be more conjecture probably around the England top order as well. And not just their openers. Will Joe Root bat 3, will he bat 4? You know, so they've got some decisions to make there. And there have been a few names that have been bandied around, a few guys that have actually tried over the last 2 or 3 years to try and settle on an opening partnership. You know, back in Australia last year, they had Stoneman. His name's not there now, so Rory Burns and Keaton Jennings, these guys that they've tried haven't really come off. And you know what you want going into any test series you play, let alone the Ashes, having a really good settled top order, and England haven't got that yet. Jason Roy is in probably career best form now, certainly with the white ball, just with how well he's playing and on the back of having a pretty successful World Cup campaign. I've just got a bit of a feeling they might go with him at the top. You know, he's a pretty aggressive player as well, so that could set a bit of a tone.
Oh, and launched!
Can that transfer over into Test match cricket and certainly an Ashes Test match? Well, that's probably been the million-dollar question for England for a couple of years now. Will he stand up? There's another young guy called Zach Crawley that a lot of people are talking about as well over here. He's been out to Australia and played the last couple of years. He played in Perth a couple of seasons ago and had, I think, a stint in Sydney grade cricket this year, but he started this county season off particularly well. A lot of experience and a lot of know-how, isn't there? Whatever he made, 12 or 13,000 test runs, it's pretty hard to replace that straight away. And I think that's why we're seeing now that little bit of instability there, that they're just trying to find the next Alastair Cook, if you like, at the top of the order. And that's not, you know, one, it's those players don't come around every day, and two, the person that comes into that spot knows they've got huge shoes to fill as well.
200 of the very best from Alastair Cook. That is one strong mind and one strong man.
When England had Cook at the top, it was a real calming sort of influence. I don't think the number 3, number 4 batters were too worried about when England started their batting innings. They always knew that Cook would be able to get them through and get them off to a good start. So not having that solidarity there at the top now has probably caused their middle order a few headaches as well. The last thing they would want is to have Stokes, Butler, these sort of guys exposed to a relatively new ball again with fast bowlers with their tails up. Look, I think it's been a strength of theirs for the last few years, whether it's Test match cricket or one-day cricket. I mean, look at their one-day team, and they bat really low there. Guys like Chris Wokes and Adil Rashid got 10 first-class hundreds each, so they can bat. You know, you put Marween into the Test team as well, and not only does he get picked as their best finger spinner, but he also, you know, bats and makes Test hundreds. So I think it's been a huge strength of theirs. And even talking about our World Cup campaign this morning, you know, it's something that Australian cricket needs to get better at, is finding those world-class all-rounders. Once again, there's that all-round stuff that we're talking about. You know, guys, keepers that are batting in the top 4 or 5 for their country, and they've got 3 of them potentially in the same team. So we were talking about it last night. We said Bairstow normally keeps, doesn't he, in the Test matches, and Butler just slots in as a number 6 or 7 batter. That's a pretty good luxury to have when you've got someone as damaging as Josh Butler that just comes in at that late in the order. So whichever way they go, with gloves or with batting lineup, they're dangerous right the way down to probably number 9.